Trump's August 1 tariff deadline, countries fight back trade war update. The targets of President Trump's latest tariffs are finally speaking out, and the tension is palpable. With August 1 looming as the new deadline for the implementation of these punitive tariffs, many of America's trading partners are on edge, trying to navigate a complex and rapidly evolving trade landscape. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite months of negotiations, only a handful of countries have managed to secure deals with the U.S., and even those agreements vary widely in their terms and durability. Since April, when President Trump announced the so-called reciprocal tariffs, dozens of nations have scrambled to avoid these new trade barriers. So far, only China, the United Kingdom, and Vietnam have successfully negotiated agreements, but the scope and permanence of these deals differ significantly. On Monday, Trump intensified the pressure by sending letters to the leaders of 14 countries, informing them of their new tariff rates, some of which are even steeper than those initially revealed in April. Yet, in a surprising twist, he also granted a short reprieve, postponing the start of these tariffs from July 9 to August 1 for all countries except China. Let's take a closer look at how some key countries are responding to this high-stakes situation. South Korea is gearing up to accelerate trade talks with the U.S. before the August 1 deadline. Trump has threatened to impose a hefty 25% tariff on South Korean goods if no agreement is reached by then. According to letters Trump shared on his Truth Social platform, these tariff rates could still be adjusted either upward or downward. The South Korean Ministry of Trade, Industry, and Energy has expressed a clear goal: to speed up negotiations and achieve mutually beneficial outcomes within the year, aiming to quickly resolve the uncertainties caused by these tariffs. They also emphasized their commitment to addressing the trade surplus South Korea holds with the U.S. and hope to advance a manufacturing renaissance partnership between the two nations. Since the formation of South Korea's new government in early June, talks have been ongoing, but the ministry admits that time has been too short to finalize all issues. Meanwhile, Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba convened a comprehensive task force including all cabinet ministers to tackle the issue head-on. Ishiba expressed a strong desire to reach an early agreement with the U.S. while safeguarding Japan's national interests. Despite what he described as earnest and sincere discussions, Japan has yet to secure a deal due to unresolved challenges. Ishiba voiced deep regret over the U.S.'s decision to impose additional tariffs and plans to raise rates further, but notably stopped short of threatening any retaliatory measures. This cautious stance highlights the delicate balance Japan is trying to maintain between standing firm and preserving diplomatic ties. On the other side of the globe, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa openly criticized what he called the unilateral imposition of a new 30% tariff on exports destined for the U.S. In a formal statement, Ramaphosa argued that the so-called reciprocal tariff was based on a flawed interpretation of trade data, pointing out that 77% of American goods exported to South Africa actually face no tariffs at all. He reaffirmed South Africa's commitment to diplomatic efforts aimed at fostering a more balanced and mutually beneficial trade relationship with the U.S. Ramaphosa also revealed that South Africa had proposed a trade agreement framework to the U.S. back on May 20, designed to address the U.S.'s concerns about South Africa's trade surplus, alleged unfair trade practices, and the perceived lack of reciprocity from the U.S. side. This unfolding story is far from over, and the global trade community is watching closely as these negotiations and tariff implementations develop. The stakes are high, and the outcomes will have significant implications for international trade dynamics. What do you think about these escalating tariffs and the responses from the affected countries? Are these measures justified, or do they risk igniting a trade war that could hurt everyone involved? Share your thoughts and join the conversation below. Elizabeth Buchwald and Junko Ogura contributed to this report.